Good morning and happy Tuesday. And okay, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. My low is the fact that the Bills lost. That's my low. Yet at the same time, I'm not entirely sure why I should be this upset. I mean, okay, I knew that if the Bills didn't win it all a year ago, that window was gonna start to close. I didn't think it happened this quickly. I really didn't think it happened this quickly. But after last night, not only did the window close, it was slammed shut. I'm talking glass shattering, fingers in the way getting broken, so hard slammed shut. Like, if it flew out of the window, it flew like a bat out of hell. That's how bad it is. The sad part is I actually saw the final seconds of the game, and Buffalo actually had it won. They did. But it's coaching and coordination. That's what's killing Buffalo. I mean, listen, I hate to be the one to say this. I really hate to be the one to say this. But as a Cowboys fan, I know all about overhype and falling short due to high expectations when I see it. It happened all the time when Tony Romo played for the Cowboys. I've actually been seeing it lately with the Chargers. But last night, I don't think it was more abundantly clear than when the Bills lost. At this point, the only thing I can say is that they're not the Jets or the Patriots. And they lost to the Jets and the Patriots too. That's what's even sadder. Well, at least my high is I got to hang out with my family for a little while. My brother, his wife, and my nephews all came back from Boston, so I got to see and play with nephews for a little while. It was a lot of fun. It was actually really a lot of fun. Yeah, that was... Oh, and shout out to a very dear friend of mine who suggested that if I go to Starbucks, I should get a latte made with a gingerbread latte made with vanilla. I posted on social media. It was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. It was like $7, but it was so good. Seriously, a venti, their largest size is a venti. It's 20 ounces, that's why it's called venti. It's an Italian thing. Yeah. Starbucks is expensive as hell. It just is. It just totally is. Seriously, I'm only going to Starbucks because I have a gift card and like the gift card's almost gone. I think I've got like $2.68 on it left or something. Like, there's almost no point in me going again. I don't know, maybe I'll go again at some point, I don't know. Let's see. Do I have an act of kindness? Oh, right, I was helping my folks watch my nephews yesterday when they came to visit, so that was nice. It is fun to see them growing up, though, it is. It definitely does go by fast, I'll definitely say that much. Okay, so I have a few housekeeping things to, discuss. Actually, yes, I do. Regarding yesterday's One Piece manga chapter, for those of you who didn't understand what I meant when I said it was incomplete, the way that drawing manga works is that the mangaka, or the author, has a deadline every week. And obviously, you gotta get all the drawings and the sketch. You gotta get all your panels ready before the week is up, of course. If for whatever reason you're going to miss your deadline, and plenty of manga could do this too. Jujutsu Kaisen does this. Hunter x Hunter definitely does this. The chapter is completed with very rough sketches. Now, considering that 1,098 manga chapters in, this is the first time it's happened for One Piece, that's actually pretty good. Although a lot of people have expressed their concerns. Mainly because chapter 1097 only had 13 pages. Very short for a manga chapter. And then you have, the incomplete sketches for this chapter. Now, obviously, if anyone hasn't been in the loop, a few months ago, Ichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, just recently had eye surgery. And it is quite possible that recovery isn't going as smoothly as, we would all like. And maybe that's possibly affecting and maybe that's the reason why the last two chapters have been affected the way they have been. I mean, here's the thing. 2023 as a whole has been pretty dry. It's almost been about as dry as 2020 was. And that was the year the pandemic started. So, I can definitely see at some point that One Piece will probably have to go on another month-long break, which, again, 2023 has been pretty dry anyway, so I don't think anyone's going to notice or care very much, even though I will. And then there's the idea that January is right around the corner. For those of you wondering, January for any and all manga is a dry month. Really dry. For about as long as I can remember, we've had maybe 1-2 chapters in the month of January. Or, if for whatever reason, actually, I take that back. In 2021, I believe we had 3 chapters in January, but that's because, the first chapter was, January 2nd when it came out, and then, it came out every other week, so it was still January by the time the third chapter came out. And so, you had 3 chapters there. I could definitely see taking, pretty much all of January off, which would be devastating for any and all One Piece fans, but it's gonna have to be the way it is. I obviously hope I really do hope that Ichiro Oda's health is not too bad. Listen, literally the biggest nightmare for any manga fan, for any fan of any manga, is that the author dies before the work is finished. It just happened with Berserk. And considering how far One Piece is, and how we're finally in the end game of it, or the final saga, it'd be devastating, to say the least. Okay, now on to other things. Actually, that's not true. There's one thing I gotta bring up. Now, considering that this chapter was a flashback, and considering that it's a very sad flashback, it's quite possible that, emotions can get in the way of, the emotions of the characters can get in the way of, how they remember the flashback. So maybe the sketches are kind of like a representation of feelings about what's going on in said flashback or something. I don't know, that's just a theory. But let's move on to other things. Rick and Morty. Yeah, this last episode was awesome. From the trailer, I knew they were. I knew they were gonna go there, but I didn't think they'd bring back this character either. So, kudos to the good folks over behind Rick and Morty, Dan Harmon and the rest of his crew. I mean, here's the thing. Considering that this was being built up for a long time, and considering this happened right as, Justin Roiland was getting in trouble for what he was accused of, in a way, it's kind of sad that it wasn't Justin Roiland himself saying his lines of dialogue as Rick and Morty in this episode. But that's just me. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the names of the voice actors who do both Rick and Morty now. But for what it's worth, the two current guys doing Rick and Morty respectively, you guys are good. You guys are really good. Like, yeah, you do sound different from Justin Roiland, but not so much different that any passing glance really wouldn't notice. You guys have been doing very well. Keep it up. Well, I guess the only thing left to do now is check out who this week's Hot Ones guest is. Okay. Right. In case you're wondering, yeah, I got the game wrong yesterday. So that makes my record overall 91 and 59. Yeah, 91-59. Okay. So hopefully I can do better. Okay, so first we feast. Okay, I'm looking at you guys. Look at you guys right now. I can see it out of the corner of my eye. Okay, 1, 2, 3. No way. No way. Oh, dude. Okay. So, before I reveal who this is, I mean, you guys should probably look up. Seriously, you could literally just pause this video, go to First We Feast Instagram, and see who it is there, right? But on the off chance you don't want to do that, and you want to know my reaction right away, allow me to take you back to 2003. Or was it 2004? Whatever year Syracuse won it all in basketball. The guest this week is Carmelo Anthony. Which, I mean, it's Carmelo Anthony. Of course I know who it is. I mean, I live in upstate New York. Both of my parents got their masters from Syracuse University. Of course, I have a friend who's the cheerleading coach at Syracuse University. Go Orange. So, yeah. Of course I know who Carmelo Anthony is. This is awesome. Although I am rather perplexed about a few things. I mean, at the end of the day, you never know what guest is going to appear on Hot Ones. And I obviously certainly would never have guessed Carmelo Anthony. But in the past, whenever we've had NBA players taking on the wings of death, you've had the likes of like Kevin Love, Blake Griffin, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, KD. Like, you've had those guys, but they're like more current. Like, if anything, every single one of those guys is like my age. Carmelo Anthony's got to be like pushing 40 or like pushing 50, something along those lines. Wait, did he actually retire? I don't know, I'm too lazy to look it up. But seeing Carmelo Anthony, man, this takes me back. Seriously, listen, middle school and high school sucked for me, but definitely a fun moment was everyone would be like, let's go Orange! Let's go Orange! Like, yeah, man, it's Syracuse. It's just a real shame that, you know, Syracuse, being as big of a school as it is, isn't usually nationally recognized anymore. I mean, in some ways it is, but I'm talking like, you know, college football and stuff. Which is a real shame because, I mean, Syracuse University is where Ernie Davis went to. And Ernie Davis was a hero in my area. For those of you who don't know, Ernie Davis was a running back from, at the time, Elmira Free Academy. He went to Syracuse University, and he got sick with leukemia, and then he died before. He died, like, did he get drafted and then he died, or did he die but they drafted and then retired his number anyway? I forget. But he's the reason why Elmira High School, their team is called the Express, because he was the Express. Ernie Davis was a legend, man. I mean, there's an award named after him. That's all you really gotta know. But, yeah. Carmelo Anthony. I'm pumped. I hope you all like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, on social media. As always, I'm very homely this video. For if you guys are watching, enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk, Jay Mo's here to let you know. Everybody, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.